Alright, y'all, listen, man. We back here with another reaction video. We're back here with another Jimmy High Roller classic, bro. Now, I just want to start off, if you guys haven't already, subscribe to the damn channel, bro. We're pumping out videos every single day. I'm letting y'all know that this channel is about to go crazy in days to come. But, other than that, we got Jimmy High Roller. I think the NBA is broken. I'm pretty sure that this is about all these damn 50-point games. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Let's get straight into this shit, man.
Remember a few months ago when I made a video about how NBA players are scoring less points this season and rule changes have made high-scoring games harder to come by than ever before? Well, things have changed.
We here.
Fresh pie. Save me a slice. That's good. Okay, that's good.
Bro, I've been waiting to react to one of these for a long-ass time, bro.
Okay. All right. Okay, that's good.
Oh, I remember that.
That
Gary Trent Jr. game. Tatum.
It's enough slices!
Over the last couple of weeks, players are dropping more...
Saddiq Bey, when nobody's watching... Listen. When nobody's watching basketball, this man Saddiq Bey decides that he wants to drop 50 points. Everybody watching March Madness right now. Bro. And then you got one game, the two worst teams in the whole entire league going at it, battling, back and forth. Nobody watching that shit. Saddiq Bey dropped one of the most unwatched 50-point games ever.
Collectively, the entire league spent the first 3 months of the season going through the worst scoring droughts in over a decade. But now, seemingly out of nowhere, we are getting massive scoring nights and career highs literally every single night. Is this huge bump in scoring due to some sort of competitive race? One guy has a big night,
Tatum been doing this shit. Tatum been doing this shit all season.
Are players putting up bigger numbers because the league has decided to relax on the strict rule changes they made at the beginning of the season? Or is something much bigger going on here?
Bro, he always diving deep. Let me see it, Jimmy High Roller. Hey, subscribe to the boy.
Today's video is brought to you by DraftKings.
Okay, DraftKings.
And y'all know what that means.
In Ohio, you cannot...
On your way to the easy in your pick
sports bet.
Than this.
It's sad.
Got off to a pretty rocky start in terms of offense. Team scoring was down, player scoring was down, and efficiency was down.
Damn.
Among the top players in the league, there virtually wasn't a single player who was outperforming expectations, or
I remember that. That was at the beginning.
For that matter. We saw the first 50-point game of the season on November 8th, just 19 days after the start of the season.
We
wouldn't see the second 50-point game until December 12th, 2.5 months into the season, and just 2 50-point games to show for it. Things began to heat up a bit in January with 4 50-point games in a single month. And closing out the end of February, the league added 2 more 50-point bombs, bringing the season total up to just 8. But on that last day of February, Ja Morant dropped a career-high 52 points against the Spurs.
That's the boy.
And then
bro, look at that deep-ass three he just took.
Later,
he wasn't doing that last year.
Points, the third highest single-game total of his entire career. The next day, Jason Tatum scores 54. 2 days later, Kyrie Irving scores 50 points. 3 days later, LeBron scores 50.
Everybody wanted to be in the goddamn media.
Durant drops 53
Nobody was
points
playing defense.
in just his 5th game back off of an injury. The next day, Karl Anthony Towns drops a career-high 60 points.
That was
and
wild.
The very next day, Kyrie Irving pops off for a career-high 60 points as well. The man is a part-time NBA player.
Bro, that day, I was actually not planning on watching basketball, bro. I was not planning on watching basketball that day. And the next thing you know, I look at my phone, and I get a tweet, and it says Kyrie Irving got 56. I'm like, what the fuck? So I had to go back and watch that.
And right when you thought this blistering scoring run was over,
KD and Kyrie dropped 2 of the most effortless 50-point games of the whole entire season.
Drops a career-high 51
Saddiq Bey out of all
points
these guys, we got Cat,
Magic.
Jaylen Brown.
What's going on?
Joel Embiid,
Usually
Ja,
NBA fans are lucky if we get to watch a couple 50-point games in a single month. We just saw 9 50-plus point games
I still haven't watched that.
18 days. In fact, the 8 50-point games in the month of March are the most in a single month in 60 years. Guys,
60? God
we are only
damn.
18 days into the month. And if that isn't crazy enough, here's a stat that'll really hurt your head. Out of the last 20 NBA seasons...
you can't be throwing these stats at me. I forgot that this nigga be doing this, bro. So you got in 2004, they had like 5. Kobe is responsible for 10 of these. Damn, 10 50-point games. And then James Harden was responsible for half the 50-point games in 2019. Then 2020 rolls around in 2021.
Only 9 of them had more than 8 50-point performances for the entire season. Which means in just 18 days, the NBA has produced more 50-point games than 11 of the last 20 seasons. Just a few months ago, we were watching superstars struggle to even get 30. And now we got Kyrie Irving scoring 41 points in the first half, Jordan Clarkson coming off the bench for 45, and an old man going for 56.
Look at that old man,
what changed? Well, I think the explanation behind all these massive offensive games is very simple.
Second all-time in points now. Bro, come on, let me make my point, my nigga, bro. Hey, we editing this out. Let's edit it out. You can edit it out.
Steph drops 47 on his birthday. Karl Anthony Towns puts up a career-high 60 on the anniversary of a very significant day in his life. Kyrie and Durant each having monster games after their game against Philly and James Harden. I think I see what's going on here. The NBA's best players are playing one big game of anything you can do, I can do better. Fueled by their innately competitive nature, these players are finding absolutely any reason to tee off on 30 shots and throw the playbook out the window as they barrel their way into the paint for another and one. John Morant's 52-point game was the first of this three-week-long scoring barrage.
Man.
But
I think it
really started with
their
LeBron's
chemistry,
56. After watching LeBron go berserk,
No.
stars around the league took the
Warriors and Lakers was the best game of the season so far. They were the best game of the season so far. They had my ass in here screaming like I was damn 10, bro. Like I was like 10 years old still watching basketball, bro. I was going crazy.
Opportunity to one-up him.
And Russ actually played that good. Look at Russ.
Look at Russ. On fire, so Tatum decides to take the liberty of giving himself a huge night by putting up a career-high 15 three-point attempts. Now, no one goes out and just attempts 15 threes. And those 54 points were no mistake. Jason Tatum went out of his way.
That move was so
nice, bro. In the midst of talks regarding health and politics,
one of his best drives ever.
Drops off
a
50-point game. As a reminder that despite his part-time status, he too is one of the league's most elite players. And as the weeks go along, more stars join in on the scoring frenzy. Trae Young goes for 47, but is overshadowed by a 53-point performance by KD. And so he comes back with 46 points the very next night. But
he's so goated. Bro, give Trae Young his credit. I'm tired of this.
Birthday special and Cat's 60 points explosion. All on the same
He's like that. Greatest big man shooter of all time.
And as if things couldn't get any more out of hand, Kyrie follows up the performance of the season by matching Towns' 60 with a 60 bomb of his own. One thing I've been absolutely sure of for years is that the best scorers in the NBA could average 40 a game if they wanted to.
Like, literally, if they wanted to.
Isn't proof of that. I'm not sure what is. Because when you can score at the level of Steph and Durant and Kyrie, the difference between 30 and 50...
Okay. Does it say Steph Curry could average 50? Let me know. If y'all made it past this point, bro, let me know if Steph can average 50 if you wanted to. I really want to know that.
Is simply shooting more shots, which might possibly be the most obvious statement of the year. But many fans disagree with this idea. Oftentimes their rebuttal being, if they could average 40 a night, then why don't they? To which I can assume that person has never really played basketball before. Because despite being the best offensive options on their teams, these ultra-elite offensive talents can't just put up 30 shots a game.
True.
That would be a locker room disaster. Teammates would feel uninvolved, the offense would become stagnant, and it just isn't winning
Carmelo Anthony is the last great American ball.
A lot prior to the 1990
Bro,
NBA season.
people were comparing Tatum to him.
40 points literally every other game for 3 years.
Damn.
He even had a stretch where he scored 40-plus points in 12 of 14 games.
What the
dude
fuck?
Could get a bucket at will. But it took
this
him
man
years to realize
Jordan
this
is
style of play
weird,
was
bro.
never going to win him a championship.
I don't think Jordan's a real
as he
human.
found the
Bro, last night I played 2K with my nigga and he dropped 67 points on my head with Jordan. I got the dub though.
Role his team needed him to play,
Shout out my
he
boy
began
Kevin.
to win more and more as he scored the ball less and less. Trust me, if Kevin Durant wanted to average 40 a game, he could and would.
Oh, Kevin Durant for sure. For sure can average 40. It don't even matter. Kevin Durant taking 40, 30, 35 shots a game? Tell me he ain't getting 40 every night. Stop it.
KD, Giannis, Steph, Kyrie, Harden, Embiid, Luka, LeBron, Ja, Trae, Jokic, Tatum.
Damn!
Could give you insane scoring numbers every night. But
I fuck with
every great
I fuck with Trae and Ja together.
To their ultimate goal.
Look at that. Look
Take
at my
Kevin
boys,
Durant,
man.
for example. Top 5 bucket getter in NBA history, but doesn't have crazy scoring averages. This season, when Durant scores 30 points or more, his numbers look like this. Now, when...
Damn, 55%? Ooh. 55% is crazy for averaging 30, bro.
His shooting numbers look like this. The only real difference is how
the
many
numbers.
shots he's putting up.
Thank you. It's literally just how many shots.
Efficiency is nearly the exact same from 20 points to 30 points.
Damn.
Do you think his efficiency would change
from
30
shots.
points to 40? Time's up. The answer is no. Durant, among other offensive stars, could absolutely give you crazy numbers every night.
LeBron is weird, bro. Hey, when LeBron be hitting his shots, bro, he always celebrating, bro. He's like Kyle Kuzma.
But I think possibly the most glaring example of this came back in 1994. Going into the last game of the season, a 21-year-old Shaquille O'Neal and prime David Robinson were
for the
scoring title. Both
this dude's a hazard to our United States of America, bro.
29.3 points per game. In his last game of the season with the scoring title on the line, Shaq scored 32 points, keeping his scoring average virtually the same as it was before. But apparently David Robinson wanted the scoring title just a bit more than Shaq did, since Robinson exploded for a career-high 71 points in the final game of the season.
I remember. I want to watch that. I've never watched this game. I've never watched highlights for this game.
For the season. Now, both Shaq and David played their last games of the season on the same night. But David's game was earlier in the day, which means he had to put up as many points as possible in hopes that Shaq wouldn't top him later that day. So going into the game, David and the Spurs had one goal and one goal only.
Give David
the ball and get him as many points as humanly possible. Those 71 points were not a fluke. This historic night was no accident. David wanted to score a lot of points, and so he did just that. And there was nothing
did they win the game?
anyone could do about it.
They had to win the game.
In an
He had
interview
71.
after the game, Robinson said,
"Hey, I used the Spurs, bro. I used the Spurs with Timmy D on my boy."
When the game started, they were looking for me almost every time down the court. Shaq also commented on Robinson's big night, saying, "They ran every play for him. If I hadn't been triple teamed and was selfish and tried to score every time I touched the ball, I could have scored 72. Like I said, big scoring nights are no fluke for great offensive players. If they want to go out and give you 50, they will go out and give you 50. Which brings us back to this unbelievable 3-week stretch of NBA basketball. Game after game of huge scoring nights and career highs. You know, it's too bad these players really want to win.
So is this a fluke? Is this a fluke or a motherfucker just being like, "Hey, I want to be the next nigga to get 50. So let me go out there and I'm about to hoop my ass off." Hey, maybe that could be it. Maybe that could probably be it.
This stuff far more often. There's nothing like tuning into a game and watching history unfold in real time. Watching the crowd erupt shot after shot, knowing the man with the hot hand is coming down the court with only a bucket on his mind.
There's nothing you can do about it.
The defense can do to stop him.
Like,
when a great player decides he wants to go off, he's gonna go off. And when a dozen
especially
great players
Tatum,
decide
bro.
they want to go off,
when Tatum gets hot, he don't stop.
Every other night.
Dude, bars.
So I guess these games aren't really unbelievable.
Somebody be in the studio.
In fact, they're all part of the plan. Hope you all enjoy it. And as always, until next time.
Hey, W-ass video from my man, bro. Jimmy High Roller again. Wait, why is there 20 seconds in? Should I try to finish this? Or is it just an outro? It's just an outro. Okay. The man Jimmy High Roller does it once again, bro. W-ass video. I'm so happy that this man's uploading again, bro. Because I really do rock with his videos. I rock with his videos heavy, bro. But I'm about to get out of here. I'll see y'all later. I'm out.